Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari in Tech, and we are here today with another Action Taimanin video. So, for today, we do have some more footage from Fantaseed and Kiritomato. Now, this is going to be a bit of a longer one, but they did share, Fantaseed shared footage of Astaroth and Renko in Bonus 3, and Kiritomato shared footage of his Renko gameplay in Bonus 3. So I figured I'd loot them together because Fantaseed is pretty much using a free-to-play build with no invulnerability, so I'm sure people would want to see what he's doing. And it's the same thing with Kiritomato. He isn't free-to-play anymore, but the stuff he is using on his Renko is from when he was free-to-play. So it's all items he obtained free-to-play. And I think he's using a super rare weapon. So we're just going to get right into it and get going watching this stuff. There we go. It's in HD. Let's go. Okay.
Oh, there's no range debuffs in this one.
Yeah, I actually didn't look at it. What did it say? Enemy attack slowdown and stuff. That's worse. I don't want to get slowed. Alright. Let's see what he's using here. No, you didn't show us the weapon.
It's a PvP weapon.
Is that a PvP? Was it Amber?
I think it's the yellow one here.
I have to stop one of his supporters because he doesn't actually go into them. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, I have to go all the way.
Alright, so we have Suzune, Mitsuki, and Haru. Conjures, I actually have to read her active, I don't know. Conjures plants that snare all enemies for 10 seconds and immediately restores 30% of lost HP. Oh, wow, I didn't know she healed you. Because I was only using her for a passive. She's really good, damn. Oh,
yeah,
speaking of which, I forgot to do the thing. So he did actually write how the build works, so I'm going to just explain this first before we go into it. So it says how the character build and playstyle works. Mainly you just use Suzune's skill to snare down the enemies, then just attack them at long range and use Hellblaze if possible. Due to fast supporter cooldown from sub-supports Hoshino and Mikagami, you can quickly ensnare everyone, saving you from melee attacks, and heal yourself in the process. Rinse, repeat, recycle. So there, it gives you a solid game plan, and now we're going to watch it play out.
And free-to-play can actually use this build.
Yeah, this build is like really free-to-play friendly. I'm excited to see how it goes.
I mean, it makes sense that the snaring Astro does need time to set that her all fires her all reds basically.
Why is this taking like 10 years to load? Jesus.
I think it's just
it was just a...
It's the game. It's mainly so there's some times that the game takes forever to load. I don't know why.
I was about to ask questions. I was like, oh wow, her freaking active is just, it looks like what's his name? The piranha plant from freaking Mario. Like it's just like a giant plant.
Oh, he's actually using the fireballs. He's not using the flamethrower instead.
I wonder why he's using. Maybe because he's like doing more of a keep away setup.
I think so, because the only downside about the flamethrower, well, is you have to be quite close. But the fireballs, you kind of it gives you more range for her.
That heart would be driving me up a wall if I was him.
I hate that.
Dude, that heart. Oh my god, it's just following him like Mike Myers. It's literally stalking him. Okay,
yeah,
finally caught him.
I hate that heart. Like that heart buff has to only last there for at least 5 seconds, not fucking in a turn.
I do wonder why he went with this one this time in an art. My issue with this time in an art is more that just like it just feels so weak compared. I don't think it's bad overall. Like it's just it's just you shoot. That's it. It's not a bad skill. It's just a range skill. Like so the way it works is fine. The damage is just low. It's like it's so low compared to the other one. I don't get it.
No, I do agree with you. The flamethrower is by far better, but the only problem with the flamethrower is you kind of need to get a little bit close to them. but it does more damage. Like the damage is it's higher because it's like every second the enemy's inside the flamethrower. But
But I
the
see what
fire
he's
blast
going for here, because I mean he never really has to go near them, and that her cooldown's only it's like at 25 seconds right now.
Yeah, so I guess he's only using that Taimanin art for the range specifically.
I will say this in case anyone doesn't know, you can just dodge through the hearts and they will disappear.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, like you don't have to like if you want to kite them you can, but you can't if you dodge like into them, they won't hit you. You'll just like break them. As long as you dodge into them like that. Don't like run into them or they'll
It's
hit
like
you.
iframing it basically.
Yeah. But they need to collide with you, so it's weird. So you want to like iframe into them. It's so dumb.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that the game's telling you just to get good, basically.
Oh my god, I hate when people say get good.
Oh, dude, I hear it all the time.
Yeah,
dude.
I know,
With
I hate it.
Like, especially with League, you basically
It just
said
like
people
even if the
get
person
good.
doesn't mean it, it just comes off so toxic when you get good, and it's like, excuse me. It always like triggers me, even if when it's not said to me. I like this setup though.
Yeah, it's free to play friendly, so it's like that's actually not bad, really.
Yeah, it's good to have more like because I want to show more free to play like players, or more because it's like it's really hard for me to like it's hard for it's hard not because like I could make a free to play friendly build, but my account's awakening is like so high. No matter what I throw on, it's gonna just be so much extra melee damage from the awakening, so it won't be like Ark was telling me when I talked to him about my account. He's like, yeah, you can't really show people like an accurate free to play because your account's like with the awakening, you have 12 characters maxed, so you can't like your damage is just way too high. And so
unless you reset the awakening, basically.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like right. So I would have to spend 400 gems every time I want to show a free to play friendly build. That's just not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not really worth it, I would say.
Oh, I would love to see more, free to play players or like people at like middle end or lower end because I want to see what they're doing because I mean these people get through the content, otherwise they wouldn't be playing the game.
Yeah.
So.
And plus these are the players that are usually like I would say struggle with this more than I would say like Ultra or Sui or you basically.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because people who watch the videos, they may be more free to play or more of a light spender, and this builds like this could be like, oh yeah, I could actually use that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see this. I actually like this build, because it's so relaxed. He's just sitting there shooting. It's not really because they were all just snared. I mean, I guess the damage on it adds up, like when they can't move and you're just pelting them the whole time.
Yeah, for people who have Astaroth basically in their free to play, they could just use this strategy basically. It's just the only thing I would say is that, like what Mario said, try to iframe the hearts because I don't know if this is fantasy, right?
Yeah, this is Fantaseed's footage.
Yeah, I don't know if Fantasy knew about the hearts that he could just clash with them and try to frame them, or it's just because he is playing it on mobile too. It could be very different for him. But that's just probably the only thing that just improved. That's it though.
Again, I don't know how. I mean, I'll tell you this. Going from PC because I only played the game on PC for ever. And then going to mobile, that joystick feels terrible because it's okay, so you see the joystick, but to really move, you have to almost move your finger up off the joystick because it's really pressure sensitive. So it's if you just lightly touch the joystick, your character's just gonna walk really slow, and then you have to put your thumb up above it, and then your character will start moving faster. So for me, I'm having trouble finding that sweet spot with the joystick because I'm so used to having a real joystick, and it's damn.
And yeah, you even told me that the Yuhi Kazi minigame was a pain in the ass.
Dude, I can't. I literally can't do it. I feel like an idiot. I can't. Dude, I always hit something on the Asagi minigame on mobile. I mean, I do it on PC too, because that's usually because I'm tired. But on mobile, I actually like hit stuff. And then with
Yeah,
the Yugi mini game, like I cannot hit like I can't get a perfect score on mobile.
yeah. I thought people were just like, it's the minigame's pretty easy, but that's because we're playing it on console and with the controller. Kind of different for.
And the other big thing is the camera on mobile is the worst. Oh, I can't deal with it. But you know, not that we're here to complain about mobile. I like mobile for what it's for. But I just suck on the platform because I'm not used to playing on it. But Ultra playing on mobile, that shit's impressive. I'm like, how is he doing this?
I mean, anyone who can play it on mobile.
Yeah.
Is just like, yeah.
Like same with Fantasy. This is impressive. Like, cause he's like controlling her well. You know, like I have trouble even playing the game like a basic bitch like on mobile. Like I literally can't do it. Like the other day I took Kirara into a daily on mobile, and I literally like the enemies were punching me for like 30 seconds, cause like I couldn't space her right to basic attack. I was just like, oh my god. And I kept trying to hit basic attack because I'm like, no, she's better than them. And I just kept hitting her, and I'm like, damn it. Like, this is so weird on mobile. Okay, is it weird that you can see the numbers when he turned around? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
Yeah,
it's like they were
weird.
off the screen. Like, he was hitting something off the map.
But then again, the game is like the game is like fresh. It's like it's not even like 3 years old. The game can still improve though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, like especially with K on the case, that guy's quality of life updates have been sex. He's my guy, man. I still remember when I first saw him, I was like, oh my god, he looks amazing. Dude, he has like the most defined jawline and like the most strong Japanese features. That guy's amazing. Oh.
Yeah.
What did you think of I didn't watch it. What did you think of the Noah video they put up? Because people were like really liking that. Like they were talking about it.
It was really interesting of the some of the concepts they had for her.
Yeah, I saw like a tan waifu.
Yeah, like they literally had one of her like tan, like, and there was like concepts of her like not even her being like almost like a loli character, like.
Oh god, I know the non-loli people were like, damn it, I want that.
Yeah, like I know people would want that, but it's kind of interesting how much like concept art that like they went through, and then they showed like how they did the texturing for her New Year's, like not her New Year's, but her yukata outfit, like the texture and everything. But yeah, I actually did like it. It's like, to me, those videos are pretty interesting because it's like it tells you like how the developers decided to choose the character, how they designed them, which I think with Noah came out, I think she came out perfectly fine.
My only issue is like, I just don't want to sit through Mimi.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
I understand because some people can't really tolerate her, but it's just like it's not really her. It's just
now I'm scared to watch her because I thought she was cute on the Christmas video with the devs, and now I don't want to watch her and think she's cute again. Like I'm more embarrassed thinking Mimi's cute than I am about liking boys.
That's savage,
that's savage, right? Like yo, I'd rather like a guy than like her. It's like damn.
But yeah, he's doing pretty fine with Astaroth. Like obviously this build will not work on Tower because it's just the time restrictions is just too.
Yeah, the time restriction ruins it. I really hope they don't put the time restriction in bonus at some point. Because it's cool to see builds like this.
Oh no, yeah, I think bonus stages they don't put the time restrictions. If anything, just put like rare damage reduction or like enemies slow you or like shit like that. I'm perfectly fine. But
her hearts look terrifying. What are those?
The red ones?
Yeah, that heart looks angry as balls, dude.
I don't know. They seem to more enhanced versions of her.
Yeah, dude. They're like. I can't wait to do my bonus 3 because like this looks fun. I really like Lilim's model too. Like that's another thing. I'm kind of like stuck on how cute her model is.
No, her model is really good. Like
yeah, it's fantastic.
I know. After seeing this, people want her playable too. Like anytime there's like a unique model, much they did. They was like, yeah, we want her playable. So I'm not really surprised. But yeah, it's pretty smooth sailing for him, basically.
Yeah, it's nice, safe build. Like, the reason I like footage like this is because, like, you know, like you said, like, a lot of the people we see on this channel are whales. And I know, oh, that heart does 3K, wow. Anyway, a lot of the people we see are, like, whales, so it's nice to see what free-to-plays do, because, like, I would have never thought to put cooldown supporters with Suzune. Like, when I look at the Suzune supporter, the free-to-play one that he's using as a main right now, to me, that's just a sub-slot buff. I just put her in the sub-slot to do more damage. But, like, having someone actually utilize her active with, like, cooldown is really creative. I like seeing shit like this. It's
yeah,
like,
that's perfectly fine.
It's like the road less traveled. I love it.
Yeah, it's more creative because the thing is, like, free-to-play players are very limited to what they can do for this game. So
I love that the people watching can actually mimic the build, because I like when I show my footage, I feel kind of like I hate it because I'm like, well, they can't copy this. Like, there's like no way you can copy some of the characters I have, unless you're like just a mega whale.
Well, the thing about the thing with our footage is that the thing about that is that we're showing characters what they can do when they're like at their peak, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of what I go for. I just want to show like their max potential, or as close to it as possible.
Yeah, it's very different, I would say. It's like we're showing you guys at the character what they do at their very peak, and what they can possibly do. But yeah, I could understand like some players like it's just like, oh, I can't really mimic this build because, oh, he's using a limited supporter and it's not available anymore. So it makes sense why. But yeah, it is taking him quite a bit, but
it's a slower run. Like, that's fine though. It's expected.
Yeah,
the only thing I think, like, is because her flamethrower is still ranged. I think he, like, if I were to suggest something, I mean, I don't know, maybe Fantaseed tested it with the flamethrower and didn't like it. But I think if he were to like try using the flamethrower and stand on the edge of it, he'd get more mileage out of it. Just because it does way more damage. Because this is a slower clear because of the Taimanin art. The fireballs.
Yeah.
So it's like, for speed's sake, I'd probably try the flamethrower and see if you can manage it. But I understand why he's going with the fireballs, because he's like 100% safe when he's all the way over there.
Yeah, and plus he has more time to react to the charms, basically, they're coming at him. So.
Yeah, he has time to react to everything, and like, I mean, the snare is holding her in place, and he just gets free damage now. So it's like, I totally understand the logic.
Yeah,
I think when they adjust her, they need to add some damage to this Taimanin R2. It's abysmally weak.
Honestly, like, this is probably like her weakest skill. I would say it's her Taimanin. It's this one specifically. It's probably the worst one. Everything else for Astaroth is pretty good, except for like I would say like the launcher. But launchers you don't really. That's like if you have the 4th skill, like that's if you want to throw it in there. But and then this is probably like her worst, I would say.
No, it's funny when he did the basic water attack, like he just backed out of it. Like, it's so funny. She's like, "Let me hit you, please." "No, come back." "Why are you over there? Stop that." "Well, what are you doing?"
And this is a clear right here.
Yeah, I think that's death. Booped your snoot.
Yep, that's death right there.
Oh wow, my controller turned off because we were waiting a while. Okay, so
it was a 60-minute video, so.
Yeah, that's video 1. Now we're gonna move on to video. What the hell? Oh, it's because it went to this. No, it's Mimi. Yeah. Oh no, get her away from me. All right.
I was gonna say, you should take off auto.
Yeah, well, this is the last thing we're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
So now this is his Renko run. Let's see if he put any sort of... Yes, how the character build and playstyle works. More or less, do hit and run tactics. When there's a decoy, provoke illusion, attack enemies head-on with Renko's range skill. Delaying time is also a blessing, since HP regeneration of Murasaki support heals for a few seconds.
Oh, he has Murasaki supporter.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure he got her free to play.
Yeah,
Like
you
if
probably
someone
have
has the
discount.
supporter, like, and they got it free, it's still valid free to play. Because you can't say, oh, you have Murasaki, you're no longer free to play. What if that guy just like did a Tim pull and got her? He was okay, so he's using Obro, Haru, and Murasaki. Now I fuck with that because he's using Haru to pretty much get as much of that provoke as he can, and he's putting
Yeah, and
Murasaki there for that sweet sustain.
yeah, I've been seeing some people using overall as a main, and they actually do like the provoke. I've been seeing quite a bit of people actually liking the provoke from her limited supporter.
Yeah, I have too. And when we did the video with Wolf, he did make sure to say that the provoke is very strong.
Yeah, and the fact that like I think like how what did Ultra say basically with Wolf when like he could do his magic with Obro with the supporter, which he kind of did, and he brought it to light. So that's kind of
Yeah,
pretty much
Wolf
what I was
Wolf
saying.
again, like man, kudos to him for beating that content with literally 6 health. I
That was
still
pretty
can't believe
dumb.
that shit was like his
I
balls
mean,
are
the guy.
huge.
I mean, if he's playing Obro, Obro likes playing with a knife's edge at this point.
Yeah, that's the type of shit like Professor JC does, how he'll just have like no health left and be like, I'm fine. I can't do that, man. That knife's edge gameplay is oof. I mean, I get like I don't know, like I play better when I'm near full health, and once I get to like 200 health, I just immediately fuck up.
I mean, the only time I play like a knife's edge is with Murasaki. With that, like you basically saw how some of the which I went with her with
The only thing I can
Shizuo.
like knife's edge in is like 2D fighters, but even then, like Greg is the knife's edge guy in 2D fighters. I hate when we fight Greg and he just doesn't die and he has like 1 hit left.
Oh, dude, I hate it when had to fight with you with who's that one girl from Ruby? Yang, that's her name?
Oh yeah, and she gets the low health and
Yeah,
she gets her
yeah,
semblance and she just starts hitting for like truck.
yeah.
She,
But to be fair, Yang is a revenge character. You can't really like go easy on her when she's low. She will beat the hell out of
yeah,
you. So
you gotta like kill Yang.
yeah, you have to literally have to like. But yeah, like I do like seeing people have like a second thought for overall supporter. That's really nice. I actually do want to try to get a copy of her before she goes away.
Yeah, like I was like kind of like, cause I used Desire to get her, so I didn't have to dick around in her banner. At first, I was like, but I didn't want to let her go by, cause I'm like, I don't want to miss another limited support. Like I've missed so many, and like
It
I
it
like
doesn't really help.
Obro way more than I like Kurenai, and I was like, I'm gonna definitely get it. Cause the only reason, like, cause cause Greg like waifus over Obro. Obro's his favorite Taimanin character. So like when we were talking Taimanin, like when it was like before, like even before like RPGX or Taba, like you know back, cause me and Greg have been Taimanin fans for years. Greg always liked Obro, and I always liked Saya from Asagi too, cause she was my favorite Taimanin before like you know Kirara came along. So I never really waifued Obro because my best friend waifued her. You know, it was like kind of that unspoken rule where like you can't waifu
You
Obro,
can't.
yeah, because it's your friend's character.
Yeah.
So now that she's here, like, you know, Greg doesn't play AT because he doesn't really care for it, but like I don't want to lose. I didn't want to miss her support. Is the point I'm getting at? I'm like, it's Obro. I need that shit.
And not to mention the support formations, they're gonna keep updating them like I don't know, like every 3 to 4 months. Or
Yeah,
I don't know, like I don't know how often they're gonna be doing it, but the formations are gonna be important because the formations give you more passive HP, which is like more defensive for you. So it's gonna be really helpful with newer towers because the more HP you have, the more like you're likely that HP, the difference of you surviving tower or dying basically. So
I am gonna say I really like this build. I like the Spatial Rift because, you know, Spatial Rift only works if their shields pop. But I like how he's like he did it like a little bit back in the video. He did like a Spatial Rift into Meteor, so the shields popped as the Rift kind of finished rendering. So they just immediately got sucked in. And, you know, I like that little mix of CC with Obro. Yeah, overall I'm enjoying this.
correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the weapon that increases her attack speed, right? For Renko?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was that one. I thought he was using the demon one, but no, it's the attack speed one. It's not bad,
Yeah.
really. It's
The
pretty
the
good for her.
the ley line, I think it's black. Like it's like black and gold.
Yeah, it's
This is
black
the
and gold. Yeah.
Inabagubada or whatever. It's like Inabakari or so. It has a weird ass name. Dude, it's just crazy how good that clone, that not clone, but how good that minion works.
Yeah, it's
Because Renko, like,
Nick-
Renko's issue is, I don't know, man. She just feels like if you don't steamroll them with her limited gear, like you see here, like she
you're
gets kind of
fucked.
cut off easy. And she gets
Yeah.
hyper armor, but only on the last hit of her basic, and like her basic takes so long to get through because it's more of like a Virgil type stylus basic. So just seeing like how Obro covers her gaps is like it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's just the only problem is though is that again she's green, so she's gonna lose quite a bit of the meteor damage when she with the third set of blue.
And that's
basically.
the only thing that's bugging me, right? So like I don't know because Obro was blue. I don't know who decided to make her green like last minute. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it was always going to be green or if it was always going to be blue. I don't know what happened basically.
I don't know, because I know we complained that she was blue. Like, we didn't really bitch about it or dwell on it much, but we're like, oh, Obro got the blue supporter. You know, we did make a statement about it when we first looked
Yeah.
at the preview that they showed. And maybe, I don't know if they changed it because of what we said, but, like, because she, you know, her weapon works with the blue skill, it's just so weird because it's almost like the supporter doesn't synergize with her weapon. And the supporter works
Yeah,
really good
that's
on
true.
Renko, like we're seeing here. Imagine though if it was blue, like it would be monstrous on Renko if that supporter was blue.
Yeah, and also it didn't make sense because Obro's limited gear is supposed to synergize with the blue skill too, which again that was another like question mark.
Yeah,
I
so
would
like
say.
I wasn't furious that it was blue. I was just like, oh, it's blue. But like, they for whatever reason she's green, and there's nothing we can do about it now.
Yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about it, so it's like it's just there, live with it and deal with it. But overall, though, it's nice to see that like players are starting to now use her clone. Basically, it's like it's probably one of the better, I would say, familiars in the game because it doesn't like damage doesn't really matter. It's just that it's like a taunt basically that
Yeah,
like grabs their attention.
and it's like it's every enemy. And that's the thing, like the sheet goes familiar, because the sheet goes familiar. I think it slowed them or disarms or some shit. But like my issue with him is that like when he does his slow, he kind of does a little cone, but he stops moving, so it's like he's not really hitting stuff. The enemies will just move away from him a lot of the time. Well, that's why I don't like the Sakura Ghost familiar on her supporter, because it just doesn't feel as good as the Ghost we had to fight in the event. But with this familiar, it doesn't have to actually physically hit them. It just comes out and taunts them.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, the familiars in this game, for damage, they're not that great, but for utility purposes, they're pretty good. That's another reason why I like the spider from Sakura's Awakening skill, because it's like, does it do like the spider does? Does it slow them? Which it does. That's another thing I like about it. Another thing that I liked about the familiars is like they kind of pull like attention to the enemies, like how Astaroth's plants do. It's like almost like a defense game with her too. That's why I like using the plants for Astaroth's Awakening skill than her Extreme Dot, the other one with the shield, basically.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really like Astaroth's plants too. Actually, funny
But
story, because I was autoing the event with Emily the other day at work, and I was doing the hard mode, but because there were two bosses, like she was having trouble in just like a whatever build. So I actually gave her the Astaroth support as a main. Because remember, the Astaroth support makes it so like your basic attacks cause burn. So with the
yeah,
damage reduction, because when something's burned, it deals like 40%. You know, you get 40% damage reduction and 40% damage up. And that supporter on her autoing the event was crazy because like they just couldn't kill her. Like they were juggling her all day and it was doing like no damage just from having the Astaroth on. Like with whatever supporters I was wearing. I don't remember what, because it was just a throwaway build. But I do remember
mm,
Astaroth made the difference because it allowed me to just auto hard 5 even with the two bosses, and I didn't have to like pay her any attention or even come back to ult. So that was nice
Okay.
to have at work because I was doing the event while I was working. That was a fat ult though for like the build, like 900k, not bad.
But to be fair, overall is increasing it too.
Yeah. Well, Lilim's a demon, is she not?
Lilith, yeah, she is a demon.
It's interesting that he decided to use the super rare weapon. I'm gonna have to like ask him in the. Oh no, no!
Oh wow,
You have
that's
a
really
taunt. Use it.
bad.
Yes, taunt them.
He taught him all the way in the corner.
But yeah, what I was about to say is I'm gonna ask him why he decided to go with that super rare weapon. I'm just curious. But hey, it goes to show you like the supporters. You know, the Oboro is limited, and so is the Morisaki, but they're not whaled by any means.
No,
He
they're
just
probably
has
only,
them.
like, yeah, they're probably only 1 out of 5 basically.
But like, even then, even with those supporters, the fact he's doing this with an SR weapon is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Though it is getting a little bit dicey right now. Oh no, he's good. He has his taunt.
Yeah, it's pretty dicey, but still, I would say it's not that bad. I would say.
I would say though that this is a little bit harder to mimic than the last build.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it's Renko we're talking about here. That's the only issue, and of course it's the 2 supporters as well.
Yeah. The Obro people can still get her, but Morisaki, I don't even know when she's
Yeah.
coming back or if she's coming back.
Yeah, honestly, like if those level up packs came out much earlier, you probably have had a copy of her yourself.
Yeah, around that time I just opted to not get her. I won't be doing that again though, because now AT's like, because I was juggling other games, like other gachas and other games that take money. Now I'm like, I'm all in on AT. Like after the
Yeah,
level
that's true.
packs, like after Christmas, like they really showed that, one, the level packs show that they, like, the game has staying power. Because like, it gives them like, what's it
Like
called?
a
A
good-
money generator. Because it's
Yeah,
just like
it's
a
a
low
good-
cost money generator that just is super beneficial if you buy it. So more often than not, people will probably just opt to buy it. So it's a money generator. On top of that, with all the quality of life updates that we just got and we have been getting, and all like the little changes they're making to the game and the stuff they're adding, it's basically showing me that they have long-term plans for the game. They're not just looking to like cash out on us.
Yeah.
Because if they
it's-
didn't care about us, they wouldn't have done any quality of life updates. They would have just kept releasing stuff and making money like until the game
yeah,
died.
but they obviously are doing this. They're putting a lot more effort into the game than they. That is by far very true.
So that I appreciate. All right, so thank you, Fantaseed. I really enjoyed your footage. Now we are going to move on to Kiritomato's footage. So we have 2 Renko videos from him. He is using Leyline in his video. The first is basically, it says no mob fight, and then I guess like that's the difference between them. I don't know what he means by no mob fight. Maybe he ignores the mobs and goes straight for the bosses, but we'll see. So, he does have his notes as always. Let me just go back a little bit. Alright, so it says free-to-play build in the sense that I got all this long before I spent money. We'll make this big, and we'll turn it down. That's a start. Don't want to get blared with that, and then we'll hit play. Alright, let's see what's up here.
And that's the demon weapon, right?
Ideally-
yeah, that's the one.
Yep, that's the demon one. Ideally, all mags should be crit rate. Later, you'll see my crits are really rare. And a cute little HP manga, just in case. Wind Slice, Violet Slash, Meteor. Oh no, he took it off.
No, I think he took it off on purpose because he has the heavy. Remember?
Yes, no heavy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Alright.
wow, he even has Noah.
Damn it. Oh, we need her. She needs...
And we're
Oh no, he's using the... Oh, not this again. Oh, ooh, that's good.
No, that's a free to play right there.
Yeah, that's-
Ah man.
I was like, I wonder what he's using. Noah Morisaki.
Yeah, that was a bit.
But yeah, he did earn them while he was free to play.
And he got the new outfit too.
I don't blame him. If I'm not free to play, I'm gonna get that Nui outfit too. Alright, let's see.
Oh, wow, he's-
So happy with all the new supporter formations, but ideally use one with crit rate, like them's fighting ninjas. Okay. And we use them's fighting ninjas because those who don't know, Renko's Wind Slice, the vortex on it is ranged, the vortex on her basic attack is ranged, and her meteor is ranged. Because I know they were talking about it in the server the other day, and like people didn't know her meteor is ranged. Yeah, it is though. It's not melee.
Yeah, it's the same thing with her wind slash. Like until I think it was a Sui that basically that her wind slice was range 2. I was like, what the hell? It was range 2. But yeah, sometime later.
Oh wow, he time skipped it. All right, so that's what he means by no mobs. Oh, so he skipped to the end. I get it. All right.
That's fine.
Well, okay. What we'll do then is we'll watch the beginning of it because I want to see how like the mobbing works.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, because I was like, what does he mean by no mob? Does he mean like he didn't fight them and just went straight for the boss, but he actually cut them out? Okay.
Yeah. Good
for time constraints. I appreciate that, but yeah, this is a Mari video. We don't give a damn how long it is. 4 hours later.
I do hate the charm though. The effect of it is really annoying.
Yeah, I hate like. I don't mind the succubi so much by themselves, but it's when they pair them with these little fucking those little fucks. They're those guys. Those little eyeball boys.
The little eyeball bastards.
Yeah, that's when I start to hate it. Like, oh my god, I hate them so much.
I do hate the elite succubus when she kicks you. Like, what the hell's?
Oh my god, dude, that kick has no startup. She just clocks you with it.
Yeah, she just knocks you out, and it's like, what the hell? It's like.
Yeah, I hate that kick too, dude. And I hate when she kicks you and it, like pops you up, and then the hearts follow you up and hit you when you come down. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's generally something I do not like. And he screamed at her. Wow.
Wow, Noah and Murasaki, man, they're so good. Like it paired together.
They're really stupid strong together, and the fact that they're both blue only helps them out. It's like that one gif with like the guys like putting their like try to fly. What's that gif? What's it called?
Wait, what gif?
It's the one with Arnold and that one other guy. Basically, like they're like.
Oh, like the handshake. Oh, the one from Predator. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I love that. That gif is a classic.
Yeah, like those two supporters go hand in hand basically. Like Murasaki by herself is not that like it, like before Ultra sold the combo between the, they were not that they're not that great. But when you put them up together, they kind of cover each other's weaknesses of the supporters. So. Yeah,
that combo is definitely an Ultra and Sui discovery because I don't think anyone was talking about that before they came along and started using it.
Yeah, the second that Noah comes back, a lot of people are going to want to go grab her. Like, they're either going to grab her from the Desire Shop, or they're going to grab her from the Pool if they can get her.
Alright, so this next run will include the mobs. So what we're going to do is, instead of, this is just all cut. So instead of sitting through all this, I just want to see, like, a couple of mob packs. Because it's the same footage, just the other one was cut.
Yeah, it was just straight to the boss fight, basically.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit more. Here. Come on. Yeah, I'll just like let them do a mob pack or two and that'll be the video. Just so people can see, in case they want to know.
But yeah, that sword is really good killing demons too. And then that's an SR too, so it's just...
Yeah, she's making easy work of them. Because again, with Noah and Murasaki, like it's a whole different game.
Yeah, it's just so dumb.
Because like, he's fine right now, even with them. Yeah, it's level 1.
But the problem is, though, I would say, is that it's one of those issues that I have with Renko, is that whenever we get to our updated tier list, she's going to be one of the more controversial where she's going to get placed on, basically, as a character overall. Yeah,
I know, and I hate it. That meteor did pretty fat damage, actually.
Yeah.
That crit damage from Himura Reino is really good.
Oh yeah, it does quite a
like
bit.
It does good because Noah's gives a buff like every 15 seconds with her snare, so he is getting some damage up, and then he's getting all the tanky perks on top of it with crit damage, which Blue was just like hungry for before.
Yeah, the fact that But the problem is, though, I would say, is that a lot of the blue supporters that I'm not saying nothing bad about the ones we got. Like the one we have right now in the Christmas one, fantastic, they're good. It's just that they have a heavy restriction on them. That's the only problem. But they
Yeah.
kind of, I just hope they kind of give us like the other counterparts to them for blue, for not for blue, but for red and green characters, because they need some of that love too, man. Like some people do want to run other characters, not just only blue characters getting only the blue supporter love.
Hey man, that's what I mean about this game though. They seem to just like baby one color, because like I said in the beginning of the game, it was like about red, and like blue was good in the beginning. But what I mean by about red is like we got like Speaka, and that was like oh my god invincibility, and then like there were just decent red supports like overall. And then when we got the green flood, and then it was just like green until like the summer, and then we started to get more good red supports. We got like Astaroth and Lydia. And now finally, like, blue's getting it. So I don't know why they do it that way, where they like focus one color at a time, And I don't, whatever. That's how they do it.
I mean, if they do that, it's so be it. Like, I honestly just like, as long as like they keep giving blue the love blue desperately needs it. Like, I think green and red, they're fine right now. They're fine how they are right now, I would say.
Alright, I think after he kills this, because we actually watched more than just a couple of packs, but we got to see how she works in packs. And like, yeah, he basically sustained, like his health did dip, but like again, Noah Murasaki OP.
Yeah, it's ridiculously strong how these two girls.
After these waifus die, we'll Dude, I hate these dragon chicks.
Yeah, I hate these. Would you hate these more, or you hate the zombie ninja one more?
The zombie ninja. Like, fuck her.
Yeah.
Screw her tentacles, screw her dildos that she throws at you. Like, oh my god, I hate her.
Yeah, like that. She feels so much oppressive. And the fact that she does poison damage too, just kind of like annoying the hell out of.
Yeah, the dragon chicks I did just kind of slightly annoy me. Alright, that'll be that. So,
yep.
Overall, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I do like the creativity and like Fantaseed's Astaroth build. I thought that was really cool. And the Renko footage overall was like great. It's cool to see people using her. And it's nice to see, because like while we have seen Noah and Murasaki a lot, it's nice to see it on someone who like doesn't have them like to the point where like you have like 70,000 HP. So people can see that like if these supporters ever repeat and you only get one, it's still viable at least in bonus 3, which is really good.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the New Year supporter, like they're giving out for free. Like,
oh god, yeah, well everyone should grab her. There's just one of her is good. Like honestly, I wouldn't even like judge someone if they like got more than one copy of her and just kept them separate.
Oh,
and then didn't like if they're free to play and they just want to like make sure they have that supporter on more than one character instead of getting it to like S2 or 3. Like I would totally be like, yep, I see you, man. I get what you're doing there. Like you're making the most out of her.
Especially if you're like you've been getting like really unlucky with your gacha pulls and you haven't getting the good red supporters, then yeah, that kind of makes sense.
So yeah, that, as they say, is the end of that. Any final thoughts, Tak, before we end it?
I would say pretty good footage. I would say, of course, it's Noah Murasaki, but then again, it's good to see how they perform with only one copy of them.
Oh yeah.
I would say for Fantasy and who's the other guy again?
Fantaseed and Kiritomato.
Yeah, Fantasy and Kiritomato. Good footage, guys. Very impressive. The fact that you guys play on mobile is like, I don't know how you guys do it, but yeah, good footage. If you want to see more content, or if you want to show your own tower footage, send it to Mari. But yeah, other than that, like and subscribe. And if you need help or want to join a really cool community, Mari's Discord server is in the description below.
Yep. And since Tak said all of the busy work, I'll just say one more time, thank you Fantaseed, thank you Kiritomato, it is much appreciated. And it's nice to see footage from like a different gear spectrum, because it helps out free-to-play players and, it gives them ideas. And definitely, like, if these supporters repeat, now people will know, hey, this is worth it to just get one, and I don't have to, like, go down and wail for it. Because I know another thing that could deter free-to-play is they feel like they need it at S5. But if it works at S1 and they can just get the one copy, like that's, that's great because they can do what they need to do. So,
Yep.
thank you guys for sending the footage. Thank you for coming on, Tack, as always. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you later with another video. Bye bye guys. Toodles.